I wasn't the biggest fan of Paul Greengrass's previous film Jason Bourne, but he has come back swinging with his latest film 22nd of July, a powerful docudrama that he has made for Netflix. Let's talk about it. Hey up guys! So, continuing my coverage of the Venice Film Festival, today's film up for discussion is the latest film by British filmmaker Paul Greengrass, and it's called 22nd of July. It's going to be distributed by Netflix on the 10th of October, and 22nd of July is a harrowing docudrama about the real-life terrorist attacks that took place in Oslo, Norway on the 22nd of July 2011, and they were committed by a man called Anders Breivik, who's played in this film by a chap called Anders Danielsen, terrifically I might add. But on the 22nd of July in the early morning, he committed 2 terrorist attacks. The first one took place in the government area of Oslo, Norway, and then that was a van explosion that was being covered by the media, and as that was going down, he travelled to this summer camp called Camp Utoya, I think I said that right, Utoya or Uteya, and he gets to the camp posing as a police officer, and this camp is situated on a little island and you can't get off of it unless you have a boat. So he arrives on the island and starts shooting down the teenagers and the camp counselors, and yeah, many kids die. It's just incredibly harrowing to watch. It's a very visceral, gut-punching opening act to watch because this happened for real, and the kids on the island are fish in a barrel. They are trapped on this island, and you can feel the tension. It's very palpable. My heart was racing for these kids, just not knowing if they were going to survive. At the end of this day, he killed 69 people on Uteya, most of them were children, and also 9 people had died from the explosion in Oslo, Norway. So yeah, 77 people had died in total, and 200 or so more were injured because of this. After Breivik is apprehended by the authorities, the film is divided into 2 narrative strands. The first one follows Breivik and his trial, and the second is through the point of view of one of the survivors, who's called Vilja, who is played by Jonas Strand-Gravely. Vilja was shot multiple times by Breivik. He lost a few fingers, he lost vision in one of his eyes, there was bits of bullets that are still lodged in his brain that the doctors couldn't remove, and he also has to learn to walk again and take care of himself. The fact that he survived being shot multiple times is a miracle, but Vilja represents the aftermath of all the chaos, and he has scars that will never ever truly heal. An experience like this is something you can never fully recover from. I've always loved Paul Greengrass as a director. Not only does he craft action sequences with realistic panache, but his films are hypnotically to watch because his antagonists are just as fleshed out as the protagonists. Much like Barkhad Abdi in Captain Phillips, Anders Danielsen delivers a captivating performance as Anders Breivik. He's a terrifying villain because his background seems so normal, but as we uncover the truth as to why he committed these attacks, we learn that he is very smart and very sane, and his motivations behind committing these heinous acts of terrorism on children as well, they're fueled by a heart that is full of anger and rage and hate. We learn that he is a member of the Knights Templar, which is an organization that was formed in 2002 in the wake of 9/11. All over Eastern Europe, the UK, and parts of America, the members of the Knights Templar are patriots who will pick up arms to defend their country. He wants a ban on immigration in Norway, as well as an end to forced multiculturalism. He's a xenophobic, far-right extremist, and even though his defense committee argued for insanity, he wanted to be trialed as a sane individual because he was very aware of his actions, and he wanted to use the platform that the trial gave him as a way of spreading his propaganda to the world. But you might be asking, why did Breivik choose to target children at a summer camp? Well, these kids that went to this camp, a lot of them were children of a lot of the elite members of Norway. So Breivik saw them as the future leaders, and he wanted to hurt the current leaders by hitting them where it would hurt the most. Anders Danielsen delivers his lines with such a cold sincerity. He genuinely believes that his actions are justified in service of the bigger picture, and that he will inspire more individuals to join the Knights Templar and follow in his footsteps. And even though he's convicted to spend the rest of his life behind bars, part of you still feels like he's won. Great villains see themselves as heroes. They believe their actions are just. And that's why Danielsen Lai is phenomenal in this film. We believe him because he believes in himself. Newcomer Jonas Strand-Gravely is also terrific as the victim Vilja. It's a lot of pressure for an actor this young to carry a film and deliver a performance of this magnitude. Like, to convey the emotional, physical, and psychological trauma of such a horrific event as powerfully and as subtly as Gravely does is an astonishing accomplishment. It would have been very easy for Gravely to take a more melodramatic approach when it came to conveying the pain of Vilja. But Gravely expertly nuances Vilja with an internal strength despite his physical weakened state. It truly is a magnificent performance. As for negatives of this film, I don't really have any. Greengrass handles the retelling of these events very tastefully, and he doesn't glamorize Breivik at all. And he really does find a great balance of the film by showing us from the terrorist perspective and the victim's perspective. Even after the devastation of the first act, this film refuses to let you go. The developments of Breivik's trial are tautly executed, and Vilja's road to recovery peppers the film with a little bit of hope. Right, let's ask those 3 questions. Would I watch this again? Yes. Would I recommend it for you guys? Yes. Add it to your my list in Netflix, guys. Definitely give this one a watch. And what score am I going to give it out of 10? I'm looking for faults with it, guys, but I just can't find any. This film, it was devastating to watch, but very powerful. It really touched me, and I cried, and I just was really absorbed by it, and it's easy to say this film is a 10 out of 10. There you go, guys. Those are my thoughts on 22nd of July. Are you guys excited for this film? Are you going to go see it? And if you have seen it, be sure to let me know what you thought of it in the comments section below. If you guys do like this content, please do click that subscribe button. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.